2001. Under the regal look is a tired and rusty car that's been through at least 5 owners and has an estimated 132,000 miles on the clock. Time for a frame-off restoration, where the entire body will be removed from the frame, suspension, brakes, and powertrain completely inspected, and all parts reconditioned and repainted or replaced. The new owner is an aircraft mechanic, so he's up to the task. Other than the radiator grills and carburation, there is little difference between the standard Bentley R-Type and the Rolls-Royce Silver Dawn. The R-Type was the more popular marquee. Some 2,300 units were manufactured between 1952 and 1954, as compared to the Silver Dawn's 760. The Bentley sold new for around £4,800 in the 1950s, equivalent to around $132,000 today. Purchased in 1973 for £800 and imported from England, this is a right-hand drive model. Note the real wood dash and window frames. That's not the veneer-coated plastic we've become accustomed to. The instrument panel is practically steampunk. Interesting trivia, the fuel gauge, with the press of a button, doubles as an oil level gauge. Back in the day, passengers enjoyed picnic tables for their laptops and portable media devices. This feature is still found on modern Bentleys. Driver will be using the good crystal today. Hundreds of hours of work results in a completely restored rolling chassis. Pictured here is a fully functional car. All the missing bits are just for human comfort. Before World War II, this is what Rolls-Royce and Bentley delivered from their factories to custom coach builders such as Mulliners, Park Ward, Hooper, James Young, and others to hand-build the luxury conveyance of your choice. A view of the immaculate chassis gives some idea to the thoroughness of a frame-off restoration. Extensive use of POR 15 rust preventive paint will protect this chassis for years to come. Rust is the cancer of the car world. More classics succumb to this than any other cause of death. Restoring major portions of the body takes time and talent. It is extremely challenging to recreate precise curved surfaces. If possible, transplanting rust-free panels from another car is preferable. The biggest challenge for restoration projects is obtaining parts. You can't just order it from the local dealer. It's fortunate to come across a car that is too far gone for restoration, but suitable for organ donation. This second Bentley met its demise in the 1980s. The seized engine had been partially disassembled for inspection, and work was abandoned when the owner was not willing to spend the estimated repair cost. When located in 2002, too many parts were missing to make restoration practical. It was obtained for this project and was stripped of all usable parts, which were refurbished for immediate or future use. The most valuable contribution was the body, which was in remarkably good shape. Prior to World War II, Rolls-Royce and Bentley had only delivered rolling chassis, leaving the bodies to specialist coach builders. In 1946, production moved to Crewe, England, where they began to assemble complete cars with body shells made by the Press Steel Company. These bodies ultimately became famous for their propensity to rust, but Rolls-Royce was determined that its in-house model would be painted and upholstered to standards that rivaled the best of the coach-built versions. For this donor body, every surface was hand sanded to remove all paint and rust, and then prepped with aircraft primer. The custom paint job is always last in a restoration. That's still to come. A 4-speed manual transmission was standard, with a General Motors 4-speed Hydra-Matic available as an option on later cars. Note the shifter on the right-hand side next to the door. Getting into the car involves a little bit of leg gymnastics to bypass this. But that's the driver's problem. The owner's comfy in the back seat, which is practically a Victorian couch. The beautiful enamel black presentation of the engine and the refurbished engine bay are cleaner than your kitchen. Note the inspection torch, flashlight, located on the upper left. Obscure parts such as this that easily go missing over the years are one of the challenges a restorer must overcome. Bentley R-Type models used an iron block aluminum head straight-six engine fed by twin SU-type H6 carburetors. The Rolls-Royce Silver Dawn had the same motor, but with a single carburetor. Bentley has always been the performance version of the Rolls-Royce. The basic engine, displaying 4,566 cc's, was rated for 100 miles per hour, quite the rocket for its day. With twin SU carbs and a high-lift helical gear-driven camshaft, the power was 156 British horsepower at 4,000 RPM. It was produced with silky refinement, thanks to a meticulously balanced crankshaft, and delivered through a right-handed manual gear change that set new standards of refinement. The fortunate Bentley driver of the 1950s was ascending hills in top gear where more proletarian vehicles were struggling in second. The car, in primer only, still needs paint, an owner-restorer captured on Google Street View in 2019. Unfortunately, after close to 20 years of work, health issues caused him to part with the project. This is common in the restoration world. Those of us with a love of the past know that we are only caretakers of our possessions. They pass into the hands of future owners we hope will appreciate what came before.